cannon of mass m fires a shell of mass m with initial velocity u related to cannon at an angle theta to the ground. In the process, cannon recoils freely. Then, range of projectile is asking. Carefully read the cannon. It is made to recoil. What do you mean by cannon? I think one which will fire projectiles. So usually I think you might have seen, no, whenever you fire it, what it will recoil back. If you don't allow recoil, okay, fine, what we discussed, but basically it will undergo the recoil. So when it undergoes recoil, what conditions are there? That is what we are studying here now. Start working. So now you know many ideas, no? It's not that something this is new. Yesterday we have discussed some conservation of linear momentum. So those things is what one has to take help of here. Okay, first we'll begin like this. So this is the this is a cannon. I'm showing it. So this is M. If this is a fixed here, and it will fire a bullet, small m. So what will happen in that case? It is going to, I think we will make it here. It is going to describe. So this particular thing is going to cover a range. How much? Say like a R. Or say R naught. Okay, this is the angle theta. You're not permitting it. That is going to describe the range R naught. So it will with what speed you fire, with a velocity u related to cannon. Okay, this will become absolute velocity. I'll call u as ur. What is the expression for this range? R not equal to 2ur, or select it, ur square sine 2 theta by j. So from where this projectile motion, what is the cannon? Cannon, we are not permitting it to recoil. Now let the
Then
cannon.
why doing that? It is recoiling freely nature. Is the main.
I'm not getting.
The cannon recoils freely naturally.
I'm comparing. No, please allow your teacher to discuss first. In the end, you can clarify. Huh? Now the cannon is fixed. Okay, this was the range that will happen. Now the cannon will recoil. The cannon will recoil. Now we will bring the situation of cannon recoil. If the cannon recoils, what will happen to range? Range of the projectile. So cannon recoils means, so when you project it, so cannon will recoil back. Okay, let the velocity of the recoil, velocity of the cannon, let it be v2. Here the cannon, the shell will have velocity ur, and it's going to describe a trajectory. We don't know it will be less or more. That is what we have to check it. At an angle theta with respect to. Now what is the cannon? Cannon is going to recoil. Cannon moves back, or just say cannon recoils. This was the learning. First you have to learn it. If you fix the cannon, okay, fine. If the cannon recoils, then what will happen to range? Because usually basically the cannons will be, though it is made heavier, still because of the momentum given to the shell, no, it will recoil back here. Can we apply conservation of linear momentum? Yes. So what is that? All the firing of that one, the internal forces will act. It's still, we can bring the net force acting on system along x-axis to be 0. We can work out the problem here. So what is the velocity of the shell is needed? The shell will have horizontal velocity vx. v1x and v1 pi. So how to write that equations here now? Applying conservation of linear momentum. Net force on the system along x-axis 0. So initial momentum equal to final momentum. Initial momentum, it was a test when we were firing the shell. Final momentum, m v1x minus m v2. What is v2? v2 is the recoil speed of the cannon. Now, okay, what is the thing now? So ur we have plus ur equal to v1x minus of minus v2. Okay, we'll get the v1x now. So I'll substitute 0 is equal to this v2 is what I should replace. Let me go for replacement of v2. V2 will be ur minus v1x. First we'll do one thing, we'll calculate. I think straight away you could have written this is the recoil speed of the cannon. Now shall we calculate the v1x, because that is what going to help us. What is v1x is equal to, I'll substitute in that formula, ur this is the horizontal component of velocity of the shell. So what is v1x I should call? Horizontal component of shell with respect to ground. What about vertical component? Vertical component is just ur sin theta. And we'll determine time of flight to v1y by g. So 2 ur sin theta by g. That ur is nothing but u, already I indicated. So shall we calculate the new range? The new range will be v1x into t. What is v1x? mur by small m plus capital M. Okay, look at now m small m capital M 2 ur square sin theta by g. Oh, some ur cos theta. Okay, so some error here. Horizontal component, no, ur cos theta. I have to change everything. Velocity of the shell along x-axis, not ur cos theta. Here we have been wrong. This also will change.
Sir, MUR cos theta you can make.
Yeah, mur cos theta will come. Let me only, I think this part I'll change it. v1x minus v2. Okay, there's a thing. So we are everywhere. I should do replacement. Okay, v2. Okay, there's a v1x, we got it. So 0 equal to m. Yeah, small change. So v2 equal to mur cos theta by small m plus capital M. So v1x I am going to substitute here. So this will become ur cos theta. v1x will be, after substituting, here I'll do one thing. Solving will get it. v1x. So here ur cos theta will come. The two diagrams are very important. Okay, this will become cos theta. So this will become capital M small m into, this will be Shall we write it as R naught or UR square? Range, will it be less than R naught or greater than R naught? That's the only thing which I'm asking here. Definitely R will be less than R naught. So if the cannon recoils more, what is the problem? The range will decrease. So therefore, making cannon heavier is very important. If you make cannon heavier, transportation is a big problem. I think that's what, if you just go back some 100 years back, the cannons used to win the battle. Okay, now we have aeroplanes, everything, tankers, no? Just 19th century, prior to 19th century, the cannons only used to win the battle. So to have the more range, so what is the problem is like, that's the thing. If to increase the range, the mass of the cannon should increase. If the cannon's mass increases, then what is the problem? Transportation was a problem. So there used to be like the one who are having good cannons, they used to win the war. War is all about the weapons. No, now also in India, we have so many enemies there. So, if you want to win the war, what happens? We need good weapons. How good weapons will come? Students should think, analyze, then only the nation will become powerful. No, just mere looking, listening, not possible. We should protect ourselves. No, who knows that tomorrow some 2, 3, 4, 5 countries they come together, they may capture different countries, exploitation, anything happens. So we should protect ourselves. So to protect ourselves, what happens? Just emotions not needed. I think there's a message. Shesha movie, I think most of you might have seen.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Shesha movie, most of you might have seen. So what is the problem? There is like 543 soldiers Indian died. If we had a good weapons, most of you are very emotional. Huh? Just imagine during that movie, I felt like if we had a weapons, no need to any person die. No, see, soldiers are courageous. They came forward. The lack of good weapons, what happened there? 540 soldiers died here. If good weapons were there, India easily what happened could have managed. No, so these are the problems what we are having. We are more emotional. But see, wars are won by weapons here. See, brave soldiers will be there. For brave soldiers, if you good weapons, what will happen? Still more very easy, no? So we didn't have good weapons. You can see that in that movie, no? We didn't have good communications. We didn't have good weapons. Nothing. Just only the courage and the brave of that. What happened made we are able to win the battle. How many sacrifices we have to do like this? Lack of technology. Then what is the problem? Okay, we are more bothered about cricket, we are more bothered about movies, festivals, this enjoyment, happily sitting. Teachers should discuss more numericals. We will just only listen. This is what happens. Like this, millions of soldiers have to sacrifice their life. You should take textbooks, start reading, analyzing, think, uh, get that scientific technology. Then only something will happen in the nation. Otherwise, like this will continue. This scenario will continue. We have countries which are more advanced than us weapons. If they attack us, what will happen? How many people we have to sacrifice? Just think on it. You have got some responsibility, no? Are you just a student? No. You are something you are supposed to contribute the technology, no, to the nation. How it will come? Until you don't work out, draw the diagram, think, analyze. So these are the major problem what we are facing. It's a very sad to say that none of you are interested to learn science here. I don't know what is your goal, everything that one. You have supposed to analyze, think, fight. So you look at your teacher, how he is drawing everything, thinking, analyzing. No? The scientific analysis is missing. We are all about some sort of like somehow preparing for exam and going out. So you'll get a rank, certificate, finish out. Who will solve the nation's problem? Who will provide weapons? Who will solve our roads? Who will improve roads? Who will improve buildings? We need lot of technology for such a big nation. I'm telling the lot. 1/4 of population resides in India. So we have so many problems. We don't have thinkers here. That's a major problem. We are totally dependent on the other countries for the technology. So until unless students doesn't change. So what you do with the government? So government is not permitting you to think. Who is stopping you from analyzing all this? So we'll blame research institutions, we'll blame that one, this one, nothing. See, science doesn't need anything, just need good thinking brain. Finish over. You need not to blame anybody else. So we just blame so many other XYZ reason. Nothing is there. Just take books, start reading, analyzing, analyze scientifically, finish over. Such thing is what we are lagging. That's why we are more dependent on other countries for the technology in all the fields. As long as they